Hearts and Hearts. I'm Sarah, and she's Lindsay.
And together we're working our way through an epic list of rom-coms in order to find and categorize tropes in the hopes of creating the nerdiest spreadsheet podcasts have ever seen.
And we are here wrapping up Julia Stiles month with...
Down to You.
I was going to look at the year. 2000s. Down to You.
2000s.
Man. This is a weird movie. There's a reason it's not a classic of the genre, both like rom-com and Julia Stiles productions. The parts that were good, but it's it's
definitely a let's put two hot actors together in a movie and worry about the script later. But then the man who wrote and directed this decided to make it weird. Like, it's not that it's not just that it's bad from like a 2000 standpoint and weird, but it's weird. Like, there are parts where I'm like, am I watching a different movie? Like, what is happening here?
It tried to use a lot of different like quirky storytelling conventions. Like, we'll get into it, but there's like voiceover and weird flashbacks and like a time jump and like a very like stereotypical gender flopping of like who's more involved in the relationship and
then like
and blah blah blah.
His best friend, like there were times where he's hanging out with his friend and I'm like, why are they dressed in like prom dresses? Nobody dresses this. Like, it's just and then there's the whole like side plot of like the friend who becomes a porn star, which was like very unnecessary. Like, I don't but the cast is amazing. It's insane.
So Julia Stiles and Freddie Prinze Jr. are the stars.
And then we have Rosario Dawson and Selma Blair.
She's amazing.
And then Henry Winkler in his I'm going to play a quirky dad to everybody in rom-coms era. Ashton Kutcher has like 3 lines. And Sean
plays a stoned 70s guy who has a nickname of Jim Morrison.
Sean Hattasey, our current One True Love. And the other guy from In and Out, which is weird.
Yeah, and he was also in Wet Hot American Summer.
But
Zach Orth.
Just the fact that like we had talked about Sean Hattasey being in and Out, and it was just the other guy who's friends with Sean Hattasey in And Out. It was so strange. But
also in this. So this is about college students. So it's like, aging up the teen stars to be in college. And they like they get together, they fall in love, but then like they break up for like really dumb, like it's 19-year-old reasons. And then they like reconnect at the end in a jump forward. And like it's just weird.
It's weird. And the like when they get back together, like they don't really they don't talk about their problems or solve their problems.
Well, because partly it's like because the problems like were so
whatever
transient. And then I feel like they either wrote the character or directed Julia Stiles to just be like, just play your character from 10 Things, but like in college. Like, I don't know, just like the way that she sort of casually dances and like doesn't give any like her sort of nonchalance, but also cares a lot. I don't know, just so much of this was like, oh, this is very Julia Stiles typecast / like the writers and directors not actually understanding her actual range and like the fact that like her previous characters, like her character in in 10 Things versus her character in Save the Last Dance are like so actually different, but because of men, they just like assume that she can only play a certain kind of character. It's weird.
It is weird. And just like she dances in this one as well, like not they have a couple of dancing scenes to show how quirky she is, but she's also just like randomly dancing at the jukebox, which is exactly what happened in Prince and Me. She's just randomly dancing and the guy's watching her. I'm like, this is what we're doing? This is what is happening in 2000, I guess? Okay.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, and she just, like she, again, like similar to how she gets like out the Heath Ledger's character out of detention in 10 Things. Like they basically, I mean, it's for a different purpose, but it's again that like, willing to, do a sexy dance to, like, to have something happen, like, to advance the plot.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's super weird. And it feels like it's trying to be both like a rom-com and also that sort of like late 90s, early 2000s, like gross out, or, like extreme comedy. Like,
I was just
especially with the like the pot and the porn. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, this is so edgy, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I think like partially like because it is written by a man, which doesn't actually mean anything in rom-com land. But I think because it's male-based, POV based, I think that maybe they were trying to like, why not both? Like trying to like get men to see rom-coms.
Yeah,
somehow?
I think so.
I don't. They did not do a good job of it.
No, I think you'll have better luck of getting men to watch a rom-com if you actually just make a good rom-com.
Yeah. But yeah, there's so much smoking, which was like distracting. There's a lot of pot, but they can't say it's pot because it's
so it's just like
PG-13 movie. But then they drink constantly, and she says she's a sophomore. They talk about going to this bar at the beginning because they don't check IDs, but then she's like, drinking with his parents and also at like galas, and then she like books out an art gallery for him, and they just drink there. I'm like, what? You guys you're like, they're freshmen.
Well, again, that's
we
like,
want them to be able to drink. Like
standards. That's like standards and practices, right? Like underage drinking, fine. Marijuana not fine.
Yeah.
Like, and also again, it's like, oh, of course the woman of color, like Rosario Dawson's character, of course she's the stoner.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
There's a lot of privilege in this movie. Just like, and again, probably just the writer of just like, we watch a lot of rom-coms featuring white straight people, and the privilege that these two characters have and then complain about their lives seems to be over the top. I don't know. Like, maybe it's that, plus the plot was so weird, plus there's a lot of toxicity, plus there's some weird appropriation. Just like, there was just so much of it that it made the privilege like pop out more. I don't know. It was just, I just don't like these characters.
Yeah, basically it's just it's a whole bunch of unlikable characters. And then it's just the whole like it's very like anti-women misogynistic as well. It's like and like unrelated to like the porn. There's like there's a whole scene that I'm like not remembering well now because I found it like pretty upsetting, but like just the like anger towards women was like very intense. Yeah. And like, she did like pull away because they had like a pregnancy scare, and that's sort of what led to their breakup. Like she did pull away and she did sleep with somebody else, but like that's not like, doesn't mean that somebody deserves that level of violence. It can deserve anger, but not. Yeah.
And then there is his obsession, and then his like suicide attempt.
Maybe that was it. It was the fact that he goes from like obviously he's super into her, and then like when they break up, he just becomes a complete
like
disaster.
And I think that's where the privilege is also shining through. Like he's just like he just lays around and mopes and can still get jobs and nepotism,
sabotages his whole life, but can still like, his dad kind of rescues him and he goes to like culinary school and like does whatever with his dad, like and it's just like, and then he has this mental health break, and then it's a joke, and then and it's just that's maybe the other part too.
And then there's the minor part where Sean Hannitty's upset because Rosario Dawson stuck her finger in his butt, and he's concerned that he's now gay.
Oh
and
my
I was
God.
like, wow, it is
Yeah.
2000. Yeah.
Yeah. The other, like, I don't know, related to that is like, so they gender flipped like who was more like clingy in the relationship and who was more casual.
Yeah.
To be, like against the sort of so-called stereotype, but like it then also feeds into the whole thing of like, oh, as a guy, like actually liking the person that you're dating.
Yeah.
I guess that's like,
Yeah.
that's so effeminate or like so girly.
Yeah.
It's like, no, like feelings are feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's just weird. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Should we
just,
talk about tropes?
yeah, it's
Because
just
I
a
don't think we're going to
yuck
get anywhere.
movie. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as we said, they are trying everything with this movie, like throwing literally everything at the wall. So we have talking to camera, flashbacks where they're kids, like, it's like a flashback to when they like first kissed, but then it's like her kissing a boy when they're 11, and then Freddie Prinze Jr. shows up, and I'm like, that also seems weird and creepy.
Well, yeah, because it's weird because it's like the current them, like watching their like
children kiss,
like having their first kiss. It's not good.
Yeah, and then so there's a little bit of dual POV where they also do flash forwards, talking about what's happening in the main timeline, so that you think that they're broken up, but they're actually just at their separate places, and they meet up together at the end. Like,
yeah, it's
clever
it's
movies.
kind of it's like it's trying to be clever about like, oh, yeah, they're gonna break up and then you're gonna think it's permanent, but no, they get back together.
Also, the work, quote unquote work, that Julia Stiles is doing at her graphic design firm while she's talking in these flash forwards is hilarious. She's like taking a thing out of a printer and being like, this needs to go upstairs. Like,
oh yeah,
it's just,
it's because she's like, she's an artist, and so she gets a job after college like designing book covers, which I think is amazing.
Yeah,
but it's the way that they show that it's work is odd. It's very like 8-year-old pretending to be like playing Office.
Yeah. The other thing in the weird flashbacks is Freddie Prinze Jr.'s story is that he's 12 and a random woman walks up to him and just kisses him in the street and walks away. And I'm like, that's sexual harassment.
Yeah,
this is not a cute
really
story.
Weird and gross.
What?
No, is
happening?
Yeah. Like it's shown as a cute story, and like why he's like, I don't know, like such a romantic. I guess. I don't really know.
It's so weird and creepy
when it's,
and gross.
It's like actual like a traumatic experience. Okay.
Oh,
so
it's it's in New York, and they're very into
that's what I was gonna say.
New York. Yeah,
it's very New York. Like NYU. Yeah,
NYU, and the statue at the one part of the park.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I was going to put this in our previous section, but I think it's a trope, is like their song being an Al Green song. It's like, Let's Stay Together.
Yeah.
Which like is fine, but the way that it comes about is so weird, because it starts as like her just, I don't know, like they're at a party, like a dorm party, and she puts it on and dances. And just to be quirky and weird.
Yeah. And then she like tries to make him dance, and it's very obvious that he is embarrassed by her quirkiness.
Yeah.
And then at the end, the flash forward, they dance together as grown-ups, and it is the most awkward dancing I've ever seen. They don't like each other, these actors, but in that scene.
No.
Like they are like 5 feet apart, and Julia Stiles is doing her best, but Freddie Prinze Jr. like has never moved his body in his life. It's
super weird.
It's really
like,
awkward.
And maybe that's part of why the whole movie just doesn't work, is because like the two of them just don't have any chemistry. Because again, it was cast with like who's famous and hot,
who's famous and hot right now,
who's actually good. Yeah, like both hot, attractive, and just like trendy. Yeah.
So along with this random dancing, she's got some manic pixie going on, but I think it's because it's written by a man and directed by a man, and it's from a man's POV. So it's like,
yeah.
she's
So like,
the
yeah,
girl
her
of my dreams and is going to change my life, kind of.
Yeah, and it's like she's the girl of my dreams, and then she like, shut down and had a unexpected response when we had a pregnancy scare. But it's like that's just because she's terrible. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just weird. Yeah. There's a lot of montages, but not as many as there could have been.
No, because again, this movie is relying on weird quirks and filmmaking techniques as opposed to normal ones. But there are incredibly large amount of boring cliches of just like, just everything, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have the pregnancy scare and the black best friend.
Yeah, of course, because you can't have a
and also
kind of shitty rom-com without a black best friend.
Selma Blair playing a loose woman.
Yeah, like Selma Blair playing an overly sexualized character.
There we go.
Yeah. Because, she plays, like, the porn star who just has absolutely no filter. And talks about everything, which is great. I mean, I love Selma Blair. I think, honestly, she's, like, one of the better parts of this movie. Not in terms of how the character's written, but I don't know. I just find Selma Blair exceptionally watchable. So
there's just parts of it that's almost like...
Oh, it's cringy.
Yeah. It's so rough.
Yeah. Okay. Well, given all of that, Lindsay, does this movie pass the Bechdel test?
Yes, technically, because Rosario Dawson does exist. The main part where the test is passed is when Rosario Dawson is teaching Julia Stiles about pot, which is a pretty weird scene in general because they don't know what to do with Rosario Dawson, so she's just like fully hippie out. Just, again, so strange. She's one giant trope. She's the only black person. There's extreme gay panic and insane toxicity just all around this movie. So, like, this is a pass, but I don't like it.
Not in a good way. Yeah. Okay. Let's make a pie. So, we didn't really talk about this, but there's a whole thing with shampoo where he's, like, obsessed with the smell of her shampoo, and then when he tries to get over her, he, like, overdoses on shampoo.
Yeah, he drinks it.
Yeah, and then goes to the hospital. It's weird. It's like trying to do, like, aversion therapy or, like, exposure therapy, but instead of just, like, repeatedly smelling the shampoo, he thinks that he should just drink it.
Well, he's not in unhinged. A good headspace at this point.
So, like...
15? Yeah. And then there's cake, because their cute thing is that they eat cake every time they have sex, which seems financially irresponsible and nutritionally irresponsible and messy.
Well, and also then you have to, like, brush your teeth again. Like,
and also you have to go buy cake. Like, it's just... It's a lot of work.
But, it was like they need a quirky thing. That isn't drugs and alcohol. Like, 30?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. Then we've got Tingles, because they both, like, talk about feeling chemistry, and they have to talk about it a lot because
they don't actually have it.
They don't have it, so they need to explain it to the audience.
30? Yeah.
30?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll give that 30%.
Which leaves 25.
25? Yeah. There's, like, romantic scavenger hunts. So she does one for him in the art gallery as for his birthday, and then he does one...
In the flash forward.
In the apartment? In the flash forward, yeah. And again, it's like, look how quirky and romantic and how in love they are. Like, it's over-explaining something that should be obvious if it was well written and cast.
Yes.
So that's our not at all mad about this movie pie. Nope. And then what do we think is next for them?
I don't care.
Blech.
They just go back to Heath and Rachel Lee Cook, please.
Right? I know. That's the thing is, like, the two of them are both independently in some very good rom-coms. It's just not this.
It's not this. And it's just, like, even regardless of that, I don't think they would last, because maybe they have better communication skills when they get back together, but he
unlikely.
needs therapy. And
and she needs to be a better communicator.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So regardless,
you know, like he went all kerblooey, but like she also, you know, I mean, yes, having a pregnancy scare is much scarier when you are the person who is potentially pregnant. But like, you also need to talk to people if you're expecting them to support you. Like, if she wants to just pull away and have nothing to do with it, that's one thing. But like,
she also, after the pregnancy scare, and when she then sleeps with Ashton Kutcher, then drops out of school and moves to San Francisco, which is also not a stable choice.
No.
So.
No, I mean, I don't know. I'm like always going to be more sympathetic towards her. But
oh, absolutely. Like, but it's just like she also is running away from her problems.
Of course. Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, moving on to fancier, to happier paths. Lindsay, what's next for us?
Oh, next month is Topher Grace month, which is a kind of random grouping, but we've got some fun movies. So the first one we're doing is In Good Company, which Sarah hasn't seen, and it's one of those ones where you're like, does this movie really exist or did I dream it? But it does. So there's some good people in it, so I won't spoil you.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I'm excited. That'll be fun. And then also there's a certain sequel to a certain movie that's coming out next month.
So we keep your eye on
may or may not
sneak
a hot take in.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this one. Sorry, it was kind of a bummer, but hopefully we catch you before you watch the movie instead of after. That brings us to the end of this one. You can leave us a rating or a review wherever you get your podcasts, or you can find us on social media. We are at Charts and Hearts Podcast.
It's weird that this one, out of the 3 Julia Stiles movies we watched, was the one streaming. The other 2 we had to find
this was the easy one
illicit
to
ways.
Watch.
It's like, why is this on Crave? It's so weird. Anyway.
Nobody knows.
You can also head to our website, chartsandhearts.com, where you can submit your suggestions for rom-coms and tropes for us to add to the list. And you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/chartsandheartsclub. For Julia Stiles month, we did Mona Lisa Smile, which was also a weird movie, but had better acting in it. So
yes, better acting, and otherwise a lot of common themes between this conversation and that one. We would love to know your thoughts on this movie. Do you have fond memories of this movie? Have we destroyed them for you? I'm sorry. And in the meantime, if I thought I was immune to the shampoo, then I could get over her.